Hey everybody, Ryan, Dave, and Steve here from Paranormal Quest, and we just wanted to come to you and make you aware of a situation that's going on in the state of West Virginia that impacts the West Virginia State Penitentiary, a location that we love very much. Right now there is a bill in the House of Delegates, a bill that is very good, House Bill 4338, and it'll be Senate Bill 369, that effectively raises wages for corrections officers and cuts cost in the state for corrections. But in that bill, there is a paragraph that will sever the lease for the Moundsville Economic Development Council and effectively end all tourism activity at the former West Virginia State Penitentiary. And we're coming to you to make sure that that does not happen. So there is one paragraph out of that bill, and I want to read that paragraph to you so you know exactly which part of the bill needs to be cut. All current leases for or involving the West Virginia Penitentiary in Moundsville, title to which is vested in the Commissioner, are hereby abolished immediately. The Commissioner is authorized, as the lessor, to lease the West Virginia Penitentiary in Moundsville, title to which is vested in the state by prior enactment of this article for a term of not more than 5 years. Any agreement entered into under this section shall be with the consent and approval of the Secretary of the Department of Military Affairs and Public Safety, and shall include a provision within each agreement allowing for the immediate termination by the Secretary or Commissioner at any time. And what that would do is that would immediately sever that lease, and all tourism activities, from the historical day tours to the paranormal tours to any event that goes on at the penitentiary, will be cut, and that affects us very strongly, right guys?
Well, I mean, all of us being employees there, I mean, and Jason included, it would definitely be a big financial loss to us personally. I mean, beyond that, for Marshall County, it would be a giant financial loss, and for tourism in the whole northern panhandle of the state.
Yeah, the MEDC, the tourism that the MEDC provides through the penitentiary itself is, it's safe to say, probably one of the most largest sources of tourism foot traffic in the northern panhandle. It's definitely up there. I think they said, I don't know, how many is it? Over 300 thousand people a season. So it's not only going to affect local business like the restaurants, the hotels, the tax revenue that goes towards the city. It's going to affect, it's safe to say, a worldwide mass of people, because we have visitors from Canada, we've had them from Germany, Australia, England. I mean, just name it, chances are people from those countries have set foot in that 10-acre property and have been enriched with the history. Yeah. I mean, that's going to be gone.
And they came to Marshall County, West Virginia, Moundsville, West Virginia, and the reason that they came here was the former West Virginia Penitentiary, and that creates tourism traffic, as Steve said, and it creates economic development. The MEDC, as of right now, generates a very large or very high amount of economic development for this area. And it's important to point out that for every dollar that the MEDC makes from these tours, from these events, that they're able to generate $3.2 of economic development funds.
That's over $1 million.
Yeah, it's actually almost $2 million. $1.9 million a year that the MEDC generates for economic development to put back into the community, to local businesses, to its citizens in Marshall County. And we do not want to see that revenue, that economic development, we don't want to see that damage to the economy, and that's one of the biggest things. And also, we don't want to see the history of the former West Virginia Penitentiary lost, because that's one thing. When these tours stop, the men that lived inside that building, the men that lived and even some died inside that building, their names will no longer be mentioned in the pages of history. Maybe just a passing mention of them in some court documents that will be passed around courthouses and will be passed around state archives. But beyond that, nobody will know their names, nobody will hear about them, nobody will be able to learn from the lessons that they learned themselves.
Nobody will be able to walk into the cells that they spent years in, serving their time. No one will be able to walk the hallways, walk the tiers that the officers walked when they were doing their job. All that will be literally gone.
Yeah. That is for sure. So what do you guys need to do? Like I said earlier, we need to get that paragraph removed from the bill. Call senators, call delegates,
call the governor,
call Governor Justice. We are going to fight this paragraph. Get it removed from the bill, because as we mentioned, the bill does a lot of good. There's a lot of good things in this bill. We don't want to have the bill killed. What we want is to have this paragraph removed so that you can have a clean bill that can move forward.
Have it amended.
Amended and have it benefit the state of West Virginia. So without having one paragraph that would sully the good things that this bill would do.
And the more voices we have, the bigger the roar is going to be, that they won't be able to ignore it. They won't be able to miss it. You know, I'm not saying they would ignore it necessarily, but they're not going to be able to miss that, you know, that intensity, you know, the outcry to preserve, you know, the historical integrity and the educational outreach that the MBDC provides.
So most importantly, call and email senators, call and email delegates, call and email the governor's office, and share this video. Let people in the state of West Virginia and all around the country know that if this paragraph does not get taken out of this bill, the biggest tourist attraction in the state of West Virginia, that being the former West Virginia Penitentiary, all tourism activity, all tours events will be ended immediately this year. We don't want that to happen. You don't want that to happen. So let's do this. Let's get out there
And make a difference.
and let's get this paragraph out of there. And like Steve said, let's make a difference.